What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so the Cleveland Cavaliers, I think it's tomorrow, they will host the Oklahoma City Thunder for a test to see who is truly at the uh, top of the heap in NBA hierarchy. Coming into tomorrow's game, the Thunder, I believe they are 30-5 on the year. They're on pace to win about 70 games themselves, and the Cavaliers are 31-4, coming off a victory over the Toronto Raptors. And they are on pace to actually tie the 2016 Warriors for the best record in NBA history. They're on pace to go 73-9. So we're seeing history this year of two amazing teams who aren't getting enough credit and enough talk as far as the mainstream sports media. You know, they're more interested in gossip and hits and likes and clicks. You know, the same thing that they used to get on us about. Social media content creators, they're not really talking sports, it's just gossip. Now look at what they're doing. Look what they're doing. Bunch of hypocrites. And there's nothing wrong with talking about some of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But we still want to hear talk about what's going on in the sports world, man. Um, so Cleveland, all right, like I said, they're 31-4, and nobody saw this coming. Now I did think that they were a team that we're probably going to win about maybe 50 games or so. I thought they were going to be improved from the last couple of years. Excuse me, but I didn't expect. I don't think none of us expected this. And it's a team that essentially has no weaknesses. And the only thing that can beat the Cavaliers to me are themselves, barring injury. Right now, they don't have, like I said, they don't have any weaknesses. They're one of the top scoring teams in the NBA. They can beat you in so many different ways. They can beat you with their three-point shooting. They got capable scorers, guys who can score the basketball in one-on-one situations. They got guys who can score in the post. They got guys who are dangerous in transition situations, guys that can score with lobs, and they got great defense, especially in the on the post. Their perimeter defense has improved. Um, they don't really have any weaknesses. And one thing I'll give JJ Redneck credit is that he said a team has to play damn near perfect basketball to beat the Cavaliers. I think they've won the Cavs. I think they won like 8 or 9 games in a row. And they're like the second hottest team in the game. The hottest team in the game is the Thunder. Outside of the play-in tournament in which they lost to the Bucks in the championship game, a game that doesn't count as far as the record. Outside that, the Thunder themselves have won 15 games in a row. So tomorrow's game has a lot as far as at stake, because if the Thunder win tomorrow's game, they improved into 31-5, and the Bucks would go. Excuse me, the Thunder would improve to 31-5, and the Cavs would go to 31-5, and that would give. Since I think that's the first matchup between these two teams, I think it's the first one. That would give the Thunder an advantage already as far as season matchup, and that would give them a 16-game winning streak. So that would be bragging rights. But if somehow the Cavaliers were to win at home, the Thunder would still be impressive. Well, they would go down to 30-6, and the Cavs would improve to 32-4, and still be on pace to make history. And the thing about the Cavs, that has to be stated is, like I said, when you look at some of the other all-time great teams, they tended to have more star power. Like the 67 76ers, you had Will Chamberlain, you had Hal Greer, you had, on that team, you had Luke Jackson. He wasn't a star, but he was a good player. You had Billy Cunningham come off the bench, the best six man in the game at that point in time. You had Chet Walker. You look at the '72 Lakers, even though they were past their prime, Wilt, uh, Jerry West, Baylor had retired 9 games into the season, but you had Gail Goodrich. You look at the '83 Sixers, you know, Moses Malone, you know, and Andrew Toney, Maurice Cheeks, the Doctor, '86 Celtics, Bird, McHale, Parrish, DJ. You get what I'm saying? All these teams, '96 Bulls, etc. This Cavaliers team, outside of Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland is like a borderline all-star player. They don't really have superstar, talent. It's just a collection of a lot of great role players. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like maybe the Pistons, where I'm talking about the mid 2000s Pistons, where they didn't really have any superstars, but they had a lot of really good role players who at times could play at the level and burst of a superstar. They had like role players, I guess the best way to put it is like role players with superstar personalities or superstar I guess the best way I could put it is they had a collection of guys who could have been superstars, but they were comfortable being in role player roles. They didn't have the egos that sometimes hold back other great players. And they were coachable. You know what I'm saying? So the Cavaliers, to me, are legit. And, we're going to see tomorrow who's going to prevail between these two teams. Because I think that these teams are the ones that the NBA should be focusing on. Because, one of the excuses that I used to hear about 8 years ago as to why everybody should be talking about the Cavaliers and Warriors is, man, they all talking about two teams. Well, everybody said, well, they're the two best teams in the league, right? So since they're the two best teams in the league in each conference, they should get the most attention. Okay, then what's the excuse now? Because the Thunder are clearly the best team in the West. The Cavs are the best team in the East. So what's the convenient excuse now? They don't have star power? Well, they're proving that you don't have to have a super team to win. And with the Thunder, they're doing this without Chet Holmgren. They're doing it without him. Which, by the way, can't be too good for his future. Because now the Thunder can look at him like, well, okay, maybe he's expendable. But anyway, tell me what you guys think, man.